Hello, good evening. Alrighty, I am here once more. Good evening, everyone. I will just kind of wait for a second to see if cannot to see who else joins, and then I will start shortly. I'll start now, actually. All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Waveni. Welcome to another live stream. I am the coach here at the People's Brand, and I help new managers develop leadership. You can't? Oh, my volume is up though. Try logging off and logging on. One of my followers on Instagram is telling me they can't hear. Um, oh, okay, fabulous. Fabulous. Because I was gonna say, like, I've got a new phone. It should be working, right? Anyway, welcome everybody. Let me start that again. I apologize. One of someone on Instagram was saying that they couldn't hear me. And of course, I want you to hear me. So I help new managers develop leadership influence by mastering their relationships at work and leveraging their communication skills. Now, just before we start, I usually go live simultaneously. Those of you who may be catching me on the replay or if you're joining, I go live simultaneously. So if you see me looking in your direction and in this direction, I'm trying to connect virtually with you. And so I've been doing a series of live streams since last week on various topics that affect new managers. And so, if you're about to log off, I would encourage you to stay, right? Because we are all leaders in our lives, right? So you may not be a new manager. Maybe you're someone who you're thinking about transitioning from one industry to another. Maybe you were a pilot, for example, like one of my clients, and she, you know, what happened with the airline industry, and so she needed assistance, and so she came to the People's Brand. Um, so maybe you're transitioning from one industry to another. Maybe uh, you're going into another career. Maybe you wanna be a manager someday, and so this will be able to help you as well as maybe you're an entrepreneur, and this can help you as well. So I've been doing a series of live stream last week. I did it. Um, I've created a guide and I've encouraged everybody last week on the live stream to download the guide, 6 steps to becoming an influential leader. Because here at the People's Brand, I just don't believe in, I call my managers leaders, right? Because we are called right now, more is expected of persons in the work environment. Leaders are visionary, they're change agents, and certainly um, right now it calls for people to be change agents with so much that's going on with the work landscape um, that has been changing. This week, I am touching on topics regarding mindset, like common mindset myths and blocks that new managers have, right? And so this evening, I want to speak to you about the one thing that will destroy your success. And that one thing is self doubt, when you doubt yourself. And I just want to take you through how this can sort of play out. So perhaps your mindset is, and this is how it starts. And this is a thing that I've discovered with mindset and limiting beliefs. They almost sound like the truth. They almost sound like the truth, which is why you should take the time. And I teach this in my Communicate to Influence coaching program. I am a strong advocate to finding some quiet time in the morning and setting your day up right. As an influential leader, if you want to make a difference, if you want to do anything great, you have to become intentional about carving out quiet time for you to think, and not just think about new ideas or new strategies, but you need to find time for yourself so that you can become aware, right? One of the ways we become aware of our behaviors, our thoughts, how we affect other people is by asking for feedback, by getting feedback. The other way is by doing some deep self reflection and introspection, which I am an advocate for, right? And so you need to become aware. So here are ways in which this plays out. I don't know if I could do the job. Oh, thank you. So before I go on, Natalie saying, I look forward to your monthly emails. They're so personal. It's like I'm having a conversation with you. And that's intentional. I want people to feel like I'm speaking to them. So my monthly emails, what she's talking about, I have a newsletter that goes out. So if you are not on my email list, send me a DM and I will add you. Or the other way to get on the email list is when you um when you download the guide when you download the guide on it's on my website, and it's somewhere, the link is in the bio, you get on my email list. Um so back to the mindset. So mindset looks like, I don't know if I could do this job, and usually all of us have that. We go into a new role and we're like, maybe I bit off more than I could chew. Maybe can I do this job? And we're questioning ourselves, we're doubting ourselves, and not giving, not focusing on the fact that we actually got to this point. We actually worked hard and got to this point. There's something about us why they choose us, right? We got to this point. The other way it could look like, self doubt could look like, is I'm afraid of making a mistake. And nobody wants to make mistake. But hey, if you're not making a mistake, you're not learning. Because we all make mistakes. I make mistakes, right? And that's a part of learning. So we get stuck because we don't, and we start to get this self doubt because we don't want to make a mistake. We don't know um, whether we should do this or that, which leads to the third thing that's happening is that I'm afraid of taking a decision. We're in a situation, we're in this new manager role, and we don't know what to do. And so we have to take a decision on whatever, and we don't take the decision, and we stay stuck, and we stay in self doubt, right? And so a couple things may be going on as well. That is the mindset. But the other thing is, you may be focused on the fact that you don't have a degree, you don't have an MBA, right? Because that's a big thing, or was a big thing the other day. I don't have an MBA, I don't have a degree, I didn't finish high school yet, I am in this role, right? Again, you're not giving credit to the hard work that you've put in. You're uncomfortable speaking to people. Maybe it is that you're in a role that now you have to manage people, or you have to make certain presentations, you have to write emails, you have to do this, you have to do that. You're not comfortable, you don't really, you're not a people person. And so you stay stuck, you start to doubt yourself whenever you are in those particular interactions. Then you may be saying, I don't know how to deal with conflict. Maybe something pop up between two team members or you and someone else. You don't know how to deal with conflict. You're questioning yourself. You're doubting yourself. Am I cut out for this? And it's so funny because we feel like when people forget that they have to learn, right? We get into these positions, we get promoted, and we think that, ta-da, all of a sudden that we are going to be the best thing ever, or all of a sudden we are going to know everything. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay. Um, Maybe you're hung up about the fact that you don't know how to lead people. You've never been a manager before, right? Maybe you're focusing on the fact that, or maybe because sometimes these things happen, that someone else wanted that role, but you were selected, and now you feel you're putting yourself under pressure and you're doubting yourself. You're doubting yourself. And what happens is your confidence is down, right? You go to work every day and you are not confident. Thanks, Auntie. You are doubting yourself, your confidence is down because you're focusing on the doubt. You're focusing on what you can't do, what you can't have, and that is keeping you stuck, right? You're in your mind and it's playing over and it's playing over. So your confidence is down and it's impacting your performance because you don't want to take a decision, you don't want to make a mistake, you don't know if you could do this job. You're more frustrated with yourself and you're not giving yourself grace and time, right? We're new, we're new into a position. Do you know that, I still get the jitters every time I have to come on live stream? I will tell you, I'm a behind the scenes person, but I mean, at this point, I'm not really behind the scenes, right? I'm here on live stream speaking to you, sharing with you. Um, if I were to choose whether I could go on live stream or not, I would choose probably not to go on live stream. But I know that it's important. I know that there is somebody out there, or there are people out there, millions of people out there that need this message, want this message. They're looking for help, they're seeking help, they're new in their roles, and they need a support system. And I am that support system, right? You get impatient because you're doubting yourself so much. These things are happening, right? You get impatient because you're not seeing the results. Well, you're not seeing the results because you're focusing on the wrong thing. And last week I spoke about where your focus lies, but you are stuck in doubt, in self doubt, right? And there's a quote that says, doubt will kill more dreams than failure ever would. You hear? We're afraid of failing and we're doubting ourselves, but doubt kills more dreams because you are thinking, what if? What if I make a mistake? What if I this? I didn't that. I don't have this. And you're doubting, 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 and you never try and you stay stuck. You stay stuck, you get frustrated, you don't ask for help, you don't want to make an effort, and it leads to frustration, it leads to mental anguish, right? You're in your head, and it's probably showing up with the way you are interacting with people. It's affecting your work relationships because you're going to be snappy, you're going to be in fear. Sometimes when people are afraid, the way they react is not always timid and coward and crying. They also react in a very aggressive manner. And people may not want to talk to you. People may not want, they tiptoe around you. They don't know how to approach you because all of this is going on. You're doubting yourself, you doubt every little thing, and it's affecting your work relationships, it's affecting your performance. So, what are you going to do to combat doubt? How can you get over this as a new person going in, as a new manager, going into your role? How will you combat doubt? How will you rebuild your confidence? What actions are you going to take? How will you position yourself as a leader? You see people out there, you may uh, be inspired or be admiring someone. I forgot to bring my water close by. You may be admiring someone else who is a leader, but you're stuck in doubt. How are you going to get past that? And I have a very simple answer for you. The way you're going to get past that, the anecdote for doubt, not antidote. See, I made a mistake today. All over, I had anecdote. The antidote for doubt is to learn. Don't be afraid of making a mistake, by the way. Don't ever be afraid of making a mistake. The antidote for doubt is to learn to increase your competence. That is the quickest way to sweep self doubt away, is to learn, right? You have to know when you're going into a role what's important. And I've spoken about this so many times. You have to understand what it is expected of you. This is just my notes. What is expected of you? What relationships you need to nurture? Which relationships are important? Who is playing office politics? What questions to ask your team, right? But if you're stuck in doubt, you're stuck in yourself, you just focus on the fact that what if I make a mistake? You are not focusing on the things that you should be, which is building your work relationships and working on your communication skills personally, right? Being aware of them, understanding how you show up, understanding how people perceive you. You're not focusing on managing up with your boss, building a relationship with your boss, building a relationship within the organization, being visible, right? Capitalizing on the things that are important because you are stuck in your own head and you're doubting yourself, doing nothing, and you're just on a hamster wheel, and this is you every day. Okay. And so this is where I come in now. This is, I can help you. I can help you squash doubt, right? I can help you squash the doubt that you have in my Communicate to Influence coaching program. It is designed for new managers, and it's 6 modules, and it takes you through various steps. It takes you through foundational things, steps that you'll need to know and that you will take with you for the rest of your life. It's foundational. People skills are foundational, and we all aren't uh, born with people skills, right? We have to build on them. Even the people that you think are, the best speakers, or people that you think are the best with people, they still have to work on them. They refine. It's called refinement, right? But if you start with a foundation, you don't start a house just by throwing on the roof. Where you gonna put it on, right? You have to get the beams up. You have to get the floor. You could tell I don't know anything about building a house, right? But there's a foundation, there's a base, and this is what helps you. This is what helps you squash doubt, so you can confidently then execute in your role. You'll know the right questions to ask, you'll know the right relationships to build, you'll know the angle to take. The antidote for self doubt is to learn, to increase your learning, to build your competence. Competence builds confidence. Competence builds confidence. When you know a thing, when you know a thing, then you just do it almost with your eyes closed, with there is something about knowing how to execute or being confident in something or being competent in something. And so let me invite you to schedule a consultation call this week with me. Schedule your call. If this is you, you are doubting yourself, you're new in your role, you stumble, maybe you're stumbling across the replay of this live stream and you need the assistance. Schedule your consultation call with me. Let's see if you're right fit for the program. Okay. And let's discuss what's going on with you. And so you could emerge an influential leader. That is the goal, that you are transformed. That by the time that we are finished working together, you are more confident, you are more competent, you connect more with your team, and you communicate so much better. People's skills never go out of style. Interpersonal skills never go out of style. Okay. And so thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. Um, if you know someone who is a new leader, a new manager, new in their role, maybe they're going into their role and they need this um, boost, this confidence boost, these words of encouragement, share it with them. All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Have a great evening. Bye.